your show.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to have you, and thank you so much. Uh, I understand that the PAC have been fighting for a very long time and advocating for land redistribution. And now that you hold the Ministry of Land in the coalition government, what does this mean for an ordinary South African? Um, this feels like it's a breakthrough that the PAC have been fighting for. What does it mean? Does it mean now that we're gonna add to the 4% of South Africans who own land? Because currently it's only 4% of Black South Africans who own land in South Africa.
Yes. Look, the PAC is known by the South African constituency of championing the issue of land restoration, and addressing issues of communities that are landless
That's right.
over the years. We're happy that this recognition has been put into practical effect by having our President, Comrade Nyonzo, as Minister for Land Reform and Rural Development. I think the mandate and the responsibility is for the PAC to fast track what has not happened constitutionally over the past 30 years, to see to it that the programs under the rule of law of offering the communities that have been removed from their land to get restitution, and also to get land tenure through title deeds, and see to it that all communities, particularly rural communities, live in decent places.
Okay, why is
That,
it taken? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
no,
Sorry.
as I was just going to conclude by saying, this means at this stage where we are, the redistribution of land is an important program the ministry has to undertake, and I think the PAC is given the responsibility to champion.
Well, I think
You, I was just concluding. We're happy to take over that responsibility.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much. I wanted to ask, why has it taken so long, like 30 years to get here? This is what our war, or the war of liberation, was all about. Fighting for our land back, fighting for our country back. Why has it taken so long to reach to this stage? Because 30 years is a whole lot. Why was it not done in 1994, 1999?
There are various reasons, but I think chief among them is political will. Um, the negotiated settlement happened primarily between the African National Congress and the National Party of the time, and I think the both these entities' understanding was that there must not be tinkering with the issue of land or property rights, until there's stability in the country, and this thing must be taken on a gradual basis.
That's
There
right.
are there are there are problems with that sort of approach, as can be seen by the 30-year delay. The problems really mean that the material benefits of the war of liberation, of the struggle over this, has not really reached people properly. And I think there are many other, which includes malfeasance or corruption within department, or lack of trust and communication with the appropriate or the right communities who are entitled to this land, and all these many other problems have led to the delay. But it's a human error more than anything else, and I think it's politically motivated.
Okay, and I hope that the PAC is going to lead by example and try and correct that. I mean, looking at other African countries that own land, but still are lagging behind in terms of being self-sufficient where food is concerned. We still ask for handouts when there is drought, other countries donating food. Do you have any concrete plan in terms of doing things right so that whoever is going to get this land is somebody who is prepared to provide food for themselves and the communities around?
The few instances in which people have been given land, especially communities, there has been a major issue, and this is regarded as a barrier, that there hasn't been um, additional support to provide implements, to provide access to market, to provide training so that
Trainings.
the new landowners are able to use this fruitfully. Actually, we've had negative experiences because you find that the previous landowner they come back to hire the same land and use it for their own benefits, and the new and the new owners merely look on. And this is because the implements and other necessities are very expensive.
That's
You
right.
need to be on par with the marketplace, and agriculture is very sensitive. It's sensitive to time, to climate, and so on. So that if you don't do work on in good time, you'll be negatively affected. So there has been those type of challenges, and I think we're alive to them because this time around, the ministry is not only associating handover of land as a single item. It is coupled with support, both financial, material, and otherwise, from a business point of view, to have the commercial activities on the farm operational. So we hope that this should work. This should at least we should be able to see elements of progress, even though it will be slow, but we will have progress on that basis.
Oh, that's right. Thank you so much for that, because resources play a key role. Resources and training. Some people, they've got ideas, but they don't have the equipment required to run that land. But it also takes us back to before the colonial era. We were managing our land. So what do you think happened in between for us to get to this stage where we have to be questioned whether we are capable of using this land or not when we actually lived and survived on producing our own food?
I think the old methods. I mean, people would be able to have their own piece of land and produce products that they would use for their own families or for the community. This was not done for commercial purposes, and it was not done for markets. As you know now,
That's right.
most economies, including South Africa's economy, are led by markets, and markets need you to get into the stage of agribusiness so that the products that you produce are compliant with what the market needs. And you are able to reach the market in good time. So there must be packaging and access to the market as quick as possible. We've
Mm-hmm.
looked at the developments, rural developments in the People's Republic of China, where basic bulk infrastructure like roads, telecommunications, and so on are easily available so that you don't have to struggle to put your goods onto transportation that would lead to the market. So
Right.
we're looking at the holistic approach so that that's why we emphasize training. It doesn't mean people don't know how to plant, how to deal with seed, how to the difference between GMO and organic seed. I
That's right.
think most people are aware of that, but we need to update ourselves with the needs of the market.
Yeah, and talking about the GMO and our own natural seeds, is there any type of funding or plan to make sure that we stay away from the GMOs? I do believe that there've been a lot of conversations going on in South Africa to focus more on non-GMO foods. Is this something that you are emphasizing on?
Well, we fight our our war stage by stage, but the reality is that in South Africa itself, most products that are in the market are GMO products,
That's right.
GMO foods, and they are backed by corporations. They are backed by big business that then buys this. We have these chain stores
Mm-hmm.
that have access to the market, and they already do this. Now we are aware of the dangers with GMO food, because even the people who promote that don't use those products.
That's right.
The elites want organic products. So organic products are also very expensive.
That's true.
We are we are working out a model that would allow our farmers to get into that market of organic food, and to have these products accessible to the majority of people. We're talking to local fresh produce markets, which are state owned, in order to address this issue. But I think it will be an ongoing struggle.
Okay. Oh, great. Just in conclusion, I wanted to ask, why do we have different voices advocating for land? Because I've been following, especially our young people today. There are those who just like, as long as I've got a job, I don't care who owns the land. And how do we boost the morale of our people after so long? Because after a long period of time, people give up thinking about this is our land. They just give up. So how do we boost the morale to make sure that everybody buys into this idea that South Africa is going to take back their land and this is how it's going to be distributed, and make sure that they do understand that they are capable of making it a success?
Well, we have to reset and reconfigure, to use some of the latest buzzwords, the relationship with the land, and make communities aware what land really means. And essentially, from
Hmm.
our approach, land is an asset. You need an asset, even for issues such as housing and so on. You need land on which your housing would be based. For agricultural purposes, there is a challenge to deal with climate change and so on, and there are risks involved in agriculture based on issues of climate change. So this
That's
has
right.
made many people to feel, I don't think I'll be able to fit in there because the risks are too high.
That's right.
Now we have to educate the people around the importance of food products. I mean, the next best thing after the digital economy is an economy based on food. Food is needed by people. When we have rising population, we also equally need access to food and good quality products in the food market.
That's right.
Now, I'm just saying that the South Africa is largely urbanized, and most of the people grow up in industrial areas. They emphasize jobs rather than working for themselves in
For
the
themselves.
farms.
That's true.
So we have to look at that element, especially among young people, and redirect a large section of them towards utilizing the land and using it as a center of growth for economy and so on, including creating jobs for others. And
That's
I
right.
think that it's possible for us to go that route.
Wow, thank you so much for explaining that because it's highly important, and I want to appreciate you for coming through and having this conversation. Are there any other programs on the pipeline that people should expect from your department in the PAC?
Yes, the Department of Land Reform, as driven by the PAC, will also focus a lot on um, developing rural communities, creating basic infrastructure for those rural communities, so that they are not isolated areas away from the modern world. So we will work on that in line with plans around rural development. And I think I also want to say that we are also getting um, good responses to the concept of government of national unity. Some of the countries, both in the global north and the global south, are willing to assist us carry on with this with this project. And I'm confident that we'll make a mark.
Oh, that's really amazing, especially on the positive responses from both the domestic and international stakeholders. It's highly, highly important because people were
Mm.
kind of looking at the coalition government as something that might not work. But I'm happy that we are here and it's definitely going to work. So thank you so much and have a great day. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.